Liverpool contract rebel Ibrahima Konaté has joked that Kylian Mbappé calls him every 2 hours over a move to Real Madrid. The defender has entered the final year of his deal at Anfield and can sign a pre-contract agreement with overseas clubs in January. Konaté attempted to keep his situation tight-lipped on international duty but couldn't resist joking once the topic of his future arose. During a yes-no game on French TV, Téléfoot presenter Séverine Parlacou asked, "The Spanish press is sending you to Real Madrid next season. Kylian Mbappé is putting a bit of pressure on you to come? Advertisement, he calls me every 2 hours." The Liverpool star laughed in response, having also denied that he has already learnt Spanish. For Arne Slot though, Konaté's future is no laughing matter, having already lost one key defender to the Spanish giants this summer. Liverpool couldn't keep hold of vice-captain Trent Alexander-Arnold after he similarly rejected new deals to head to Madrid. TalkSport understands the Reds did bank £10 million despite the right-back departing upon the expiration of his contract. Konaté, meanwhile, who has featured 136 times in all competitions since joining in 2021, could now follow in his footsteps next season. He is a Premier League, FA Cup, Community Shield and two-time Carabao Cup winner with the Merseyside outfit. Liverpool have already hinted at their succession plans for Konaté, having targeted central defenders heavily this summer. If Liverpool are in for Marc Guehi, that signals to me that Konaté is more on the side of leaving. Jermaine Pennant told TalkSport, "I'm thinking, is this a situation like Real Madrid and Trent Alexander-Arnold where Liverpool are saying to Guehi, just see your contract out and we will look after you? So Liverpool might be saying to him, look, Konaté's gonna go at the end of this season. Marc Guehi, you see out your contract and come join us for on a free and we're prepared to offer you this." Ultimately, the Premier League champions' move for Crystal Palace captain Guehi fell through in a huge twist on deadline day. A deal sheet for a £35 million switch to Liverpool had even been submitted, yet the Eagles' lack of replacement saw the club pull the plug. Slot's men retain an interest in signing Guehi at a later date, while they did complete a £26 million transfer for Giovanni Leoni. The 18-year-old, who has already been named the heir to the Van Dijk throne, will take this season to bed in with a greater role next year. Discussing Leoni's potential pathway at Anfield, Troy Deeney told TalkSport, "He'll play enough games this year to adapt and get used to living in Liverpool, and the pressures, because it is a different pressure, right? But I think next year with Ibrahima Konaté going it's a seamless transition. I can see Liverpool playing three at the back." Marc Guehi has shown his class with a message almost a week after his transfer to Liverpool fell through. The Reds tried to bring the Crystal Palace star to Anfield on transfer deadline day only for the move to collapse in the final hours of the window. Liverpool had agreed a £35 million deal with Palace to sign Guehi, only for the Eagles to stop the transfer after failing to have a replacement lined up for the England international. In the end, Guehi remained a Palace player, and it remains to be seen if the Reds will revisit their interest in the months ahead. Just one day after the move to Liverpool collapsed, Guehi was linking up with the England squad for their latest round of World Cup qualifiers. Saturday night saw the centre-back star for the Three Lions in a 2-0 win over Andorra at Villa Park. Guehi played 76 minutes of the contest before being withdrawn by manager Thomas Tuchel to be replaced by Ezri Konsa. Less than 24 hours later, the defender has issued 2 messages on social media to show his class. Both messages involved wordless posts on his Instagram story, with the first showing a graphic for the scoreline in England's win over Andorra. The second showed a photo of Guehi alongside Eberechi Eze, who was a Palace teammate of the defender until the forward completed a move to Arsenal last month. Guehi could line up against Liverpool on September 27 when the Reds travel to Selhurst Park for their Premier League clash. The defender's future is likely to continue to be the subject of speculation, with his contract still set to expire at the end of the season. Liverpool may have missed out on Marc Guehi by the end of last Monday's transfer deadline day, however the saga is far from over. The defender's final destination is set to be a major topic over the course of the season. The Reds almost got a £35 million deal over the line, only for Crystal Palace to back out in the final hours before the deadline. Guehi had already completed his medical and was primed to sign a 5-year contract before it was decided he had to stay at Selhurst Park. He reportedly won't sign a contract extension at Palace. Therefore, the upcoming January transfer window and next summer seem like they will be key to Liverpool's hopes of signing their target. Football Insider claim if Guehi is to move at the next opportunity in January 2026, Crystal Palace will dock £10 million off the total Liverpool were set to pay last week. The Reds had agreed £35 million off plus a 10% sell-on clause. Here it is said the England international will be worth £25 million off plus with 6 months remaining on his contract. They believe the future of Ibrahima Konaté could impact plans to try again for Guehi. The Frenchman is not far away from the final 6 months of his own contract at Anfield, but as the Echo reported all along, Liverpool have been happy to play a waiting game if that means signing Guehi for free next summer. Speaking on TalkSport, former Chelsea striker Tony Cascarino believes Guehi could easily join another club during the next transfer window. First, he had praise for the 25-year-old in saying, "I'm just delighted a player has honored his contract. He didn't rock any boats, he did what he should have done. He made himself available. He was captain at Villa Park for Crystal Palace versus Aston Villa, and he played his part in their 3-0 victory while also scoring a goal. That's how it should be. He's being a professional. Player power has got stronger. Obviously, if your contract is running down and you're down to 1 year or you're in a position where your contract has run out, you have nearly all the power." He added Marc Guehi could easily sign for a club in January, only 4 months away.